Welcome to City on the Hill Gaming, a tabletop RPG podcast. Alright, so you guys are standing around with the other players and the king, and the man is kind of a mess. He has just found out his daughter has been kidnapped. He is on the verge of beating a man, and which you guys have stopped him from. But he's borderline distraught right now. And he needs his daughter rescued, but he turns to you, Desalov, Sorrel. I have a request. Despite the danger my daughter is in, she was by no means traveling alone. She has several guards, her best friend, and one of my personal guard who travel with her. I need to know. I need to know how they are. Would the two of you be willing to go investigate for me?
Certainly.
Yes, we can most definitely do that.
So he knows roughly the route they were taking. They were traveling to the estate of one of his relatives that is to the south, and this was before even the city was attacked, so they don't even know that has happened. And they are just kind of headed south. He can tell you roughly the route they were taking, and you can sort of estimate based on where you are now and, sort of what direction the bandits came from, roughly where you think you can find them.
Okay.
And he gives you a rough, area on a map. Do either of you have nature or survival?
I believe I may have both, actually. Hang on just a sec.
Okay.
Nope. Actually,
I don't. I have neither.
Oh, no.
thinking of my cleric and grants game. Never mind.
Oh.
I have neither.
How about perception?
Passive perception's only 11. Don't have any proficiency.
I
in
do
that.
have perception.
Do that thing.
It is. Boom.
I will
Receiving.
I'll take that thing. Okay, so basically
Okay.
you guys you work your way through the woods. It takes you a couple of hours, but you kind of head off and you come towards sort of a trail that looks regularly used to some extent. And you're surrounded by a lot of trees, and kind of off to the side there's a more open area, and you kind of look out and you start to see bodies of guards, bodies of bandits.
Oh, this isn't good.
The bodies of the bandits in particular have almost look frozen a little. But there's only a handful of bodies of bandits. There's a lot more guards, unfortunately. Actually, both of you make me a perception check.
Oh, okay.
Again. Okay, Jenny, you hear... Sorrel notices something over in sort of the area. So you guys are coming kind of up this direction. This way. And Jenny, you notice something over here. You actually think you hear two bandits. And as you guys as you take better notice of them, you can tell they're very specifically waiting for something, but have gotten kind of lax and have, started goofing off.
Okay. I'm gonna grab Desalov's coat and be like, "Hold up."
I will hold up. Desalov just kind of freezes.
My stealth ain't great. Barbarians aren't. Oh, that's not too bad. I mean, I don't have a negative in it. I would like to.
I do. Disadvantage from chainmail.
Are these green blobs here that are not squares? Are they bushes or the tops of trees?
The ones next to Desalov, those are trees.
Okay.
So you could move in between them.
Yeah, I was more wondering. I was hoping they were bushes so I could move through them.
Fair enough.
I would like to. And you said they were sort of goofing off?
Yeah, they're playing cards.
Okay. I'm gonna...
I have an idea.
Okay.
You make the sneaky because you have a bonus, and I will, lumber and clank up this way and attract their attention while you sneak around.
While I sneak around, down...
Down this way or something?
I don't remember how to do the... Down this way?
Yeah.
Okay.
That works.
I would like to roll stealth to do that if that would be the appropriate thing to do.
Absolutely.
No, it's bad.
That was not the most appropriate
That's
thing to
7.
do.
I did a bad job.
Okay, so Desilov sort of heads off this direction, making all of the noise, and
Not even really doing anything different, just thump, thump.
yeah, just
thump.
sort of being himself. And
Yeah.
Sorrel heads off in the other direction, also making all of the noise, creating sort of a dual distraction. So you can kind of see the guards because one of them turns to look at Desilov, the other turns to look at you, and then they exchange. They look back at each other, and then the first one turns and looks at Sorrel, and the other one turns and looks at Desilov, and then they look back at each other, and they both reach for swords, and then they both look back at Desilov and realize better what they're looking at, and there's a little hesitation, shall we say?
Just raise an eyebrow and just kind of like heft the huge maul.
So
I sort of call out to them and be like, "Do you want to try it? Really?"
So they both step forward, and the one on the left's like, Boss said to wait for, not worth it. He just kind of, he sheathes his sword back, and he's like, I'm just gonna, and he just starts walking away. Just back this way, unless you stop him.
No.
And the other one's like, hey, but he does this to me all the time. I keep
Just have a
asking
look
not
at
to
him
be
and
put
like,
with him, and he keeps doing this to me.
if you don't try to hurt me, I will return the favor.
Well, that's okay. And he just same thing. They're gone. not worth it. The
Start
benefits
slowly
of being
ambling this direction.
the benefits of being 8 feet tall and
Huge.
yep.
Yeah.
Plus the barbarian with you doesn't hurt anything.
Yeah, all the crackling electricity and stuff. I feel like that's
Oh, I haven't
probably-
got that activated yet. I've
Oh,
not
yeah.
got that activated.
I would imagine with like as much lightning theming as your character has, there's probably a little bit of
There's
that.
just an extent of it that's just kind of always there.
See, like she likes to keep it. She likes to keep it subtle, so that it has more impact when she does activate it.
When
and
it
it's
comes
just like,
out. Okay.
Boom. Yeah.
Okay, so you have before you the bodies, like I said, of a couple of what look like the king's guards, a couple of bandits, and then you have sort of an overturned carriage and a horse that's kind of stuck but kind of okay.
Okay, I'll immediately
Is it-
start checking for signs of life.
Okay, those guards are
Everybody, friend and foe.
those guards are a real big no.
Okay.
But both of you make me perception checks.
Could I do medicine instead? I'm actually proficient in that.
I will take that. That's also fine.
Okay.
I am not. I will go with perception. It's bad. It's bad again.
It's not great. That's okay. And
I typoed the die roll. There we go. 22.
boom. I'll take that. All right.
Alrighty.
So Desilov, these guards are beyond anything you can take care of. What you do notice is a slight trail of blood leading back into the. So it's one of those big covered carriages
Okay.
with doors, but it's
All
over
right.
on its side. But you notice a trail of blood leading back into the carriage.
Okay.
That's-
Walk over to the
that's
carriage
not
and
the normal blood you're used to seeing from humans.
okay. Stand here. I'm guessing I'm tall enough where I can just kind of look in the door, even though it's on its side.
You can. Man, 8 feet tall. That's a thing and a
Yeah.
half, isn't it?
Yeah.
Literally. That's like
Yeah.
a person and a half. Huh.
Yeah.
That was an accident, but we'll take it. So you
Person
see...
in the third, really, but
That's closer. That's fair. You see two bodies. Younger human female girl. Female girl.
Okay.
Like, yeah, those are both things that are the same. Don't know why I did that. And a not small Goliath
okay.
body. And as you kind of lean over, I'm assuming you put maybe like a little weight on the carriage. And
Yeah,
kind
I'll
of,
probably try and like either write it or at least get the door off of here so I can reach in and see if I can, pull
so
these people out and help them if they're still alive to be helped.
as it move, as you kind of move and interact with the carriage, you see the Goliath kind of reach for a. You see the body move a little bit, like it's reaching for a weapon.
Okay. I'm not here to harm you. Please return the favor.
And I'll let Grant. I'll just let you jump straight in from there.
Just to understand exactly where we are in the narrative, is my character hurt at this point?
A little.
A little. Okay.
You're in not great shape.
Okay.
The young lady is in not great shape, but you're both okay.
Gotcha. I will roll over and look up.
Okay.
I hope
kind of
you are.
turn around and calmly look at him.
I hope you are here to do more than not hurt.
Well, ideally, we're here to rescue people, but unfortunately, I'll indicate the battlefield. We seem to be a bit late.
Not too late. You may begin. I will haul myself upright.
Okay.
Kogatul is nearly as tall as you are.
All right.
About 7'3". Remind me what your character is?
7'10".
Sorry. What race?
Oh, Furbolg.
Furbolg. A bit broader. It's a Goliaths are large, and the females are enormously stocky as well. Straighten up. Kind of a crunchy, granity sound as she cracks her neck.
I'll look at the girl in the cart. Is she okay?
If you are quick, she will be. My
Reach
name is
over and
Kogatul.
while he's talking, I will use lay on hands on her.
You see the girl kind of stir a little, and she was moving a little when she realized Koga was also moving and getting out. And she sits up and she kind of sticks her head out of the carriage. Koga, is it okay?
Go ahead and keep talking. It was just one of those things where it's like, I have healing touch,
That's fine. I'll do a swift survey around. Everything seems still except for these two. I believe so.
Okay. And she starts climbing out, and she, as you do lay on hands, she kind of nods. Thank you.
3 points for now.
Yeah, that's plenty.
Okay.
My name is Laurel. Where is the princess? Where is Elaton?
She's been captured. Unfortunately, we are on our way to aid in her rescue.
The bandits.
Well, actually, yeah. I'll just fill her in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, I have a question. You said the horse was pinned. Is it still alive?
It is still alive.
Okay, I'm
just
gonna
kind
help
of,
it.
It's just kind of trapped between like its reins and where it's connected to the carriage.
Okay,
So
I've probably got enough strength to.
You can
help
cut
with
it
that.
loose. Yeah, absolutely.
well,
If you don't, there's a Furbolg and a Goliath here. So
Yeah.
Again, Koga will hop. Koga will stand up, introduce herself. My name is Kogatul Ororo Karbu.
that's a love.
Sorrel.
You may call me Koga.
Koga.
She'll
you.
hop out and then walk over to the horse and start helping. Do you need an animal handling check to calm it down so it doesn't bolt?
It is a little hesitant around Sorrel and Desalov, but when the horse sees Laurel, it calms down.
Okay.
You think they are probably familiar with each other.
Good.
This doesn't look like a carriage horse so much as it looks like an actual, like,
Riding horse
nicely
that got
groomed,
strapped up.
right? Yeah, like riding horse that they just used because it's personal. This is probably the princess's horse, and it just happens to be the one pulling the carriage because it's her horse.
Right.
Laurel moves over to Koga. What do we do now?
I'll look back at the other two. Are you well enough to travel?
Yeah, quite.
Should ask
Good.
the same of you. We're unscathed.
I will be fine.
I'm okay. You know the king's preference, and I didn't say this earlier. I should have. Is that you actually take them the rest of the way to his relative's estate to the south,
Okay.
and get them away
Okay.
safely, and that his intention at some point is probably to make his way that direction as well.
Well, the king has asked us to take you to the south. He has relatives there that should be able to shelter you until the current crisis is over. We are willing to accompany you for the full length of the journey if you would have us.
Laurel looks up and she kind of reaches up and touches you on the arm, Desilov.
I'm a little bit fuzzy.
They said something about merfolk. What are merfolk?
People who live under the sea, they have attacked the city. We were able to get the king out. Actually, another group was able to get the king out. We showed up towards the end and lended a small amount of help.
They said something about the chief sending them.
I'm afraid I personally am less knowledgeable about that particular subject.
Anyone who has
We
it,
were on,
make an insight check. Is it insight? Is that what it's called? Or intuition? I always mess that up.
It's insight.
No, it's
Thank
insight.
you.
It's insight. I don't have it.
I mean, if you just want to make one, go for it. It's kind
I
of
mean-
just a that also
Wow.
is fine.
Apparently, rolling things I'm proficient in with a +1 bonus is real good for me tonight.
And nat 20 for Koga. All right, perfect. Koga, you
I
are
got
actually
a 4.
so from
21,
your time,
22, and 4.
20, perfect. Ginny, why no 20? It would have been perfect. So Koga, from your time serving the king, you've been serving him for several years. You are familiar with his dealings with the merfolk. It's been a business relationship for the most part that hasn't always worked out well.
Right.
And they can be something of a vengeful lot. They're very tribal. Their leader isn't a king, he's a chief. And you think, the little you've had interaction with him, you think this is very much, this kind of full-scale attack is very much his style. And it will be war. And so that as far away from the capital, Keon, as you are, the better. So you guys, and you know the relative the king was sending you to, and this actually had nothing to do with them being attacked. It was just his daughter goes and visits family sometimes, and was that sometimes. So this would definitely be a safe place for you to go.
Good.
All right, so I'm assuming you guys, and the horse is fine. She can ride the horse, and the horse seems very comfortable with her.
I'll lift her up and put her on it.
So
I
you
will
guys,
check the remnants of the carriage to see if there's anything that can be salvaged out of there that'd be useful on the journey.
okay. There is a bunch of the princess and Laurel's, sort of personal items. But there is an amount of rations, and there is one like bedroll and stuff you could use, sort of on that journey. Sure, absolutely.
Okay. I'll just kind of collect everything and spread it around amongst us. I mean, we've got 3 strong people here. This should be no big deal.
Yeah, no, absolutely. You guys can more than carry what you need. And you guys head south, and it's maybe a 2 days journey the rest of the way.
That's
Okay.
fine.
Moving on
Koga will
foot.
not be particularly happy during this process. Anybody who kind of talks to her will pretty quickly understand she would prefer to be going after the princess, but orders are orders, so be it.
I think were the king to notice your hesitation would be appreciated. So you guys head south, and you arrive at a really quite lovely estate. It's not really attached to any of the cities, but it does have, it is walled. It's a nice house. There are guards outside, and they recognize you in particular. But they look very confused because they were expecting a carriage full of people and also the big blue guy and the lightning lady.
Big blue woman, just to be clear.
Desilov.
Oh, Deslov.
I guess
It's
you're both
kind of a grayish blue color, but yeah.
I guess you're both technically bluish.
Kind of
Yeah.
a gray blue, but yeah.
Gray blue, yes. Koga Tool, welcome. Where is the princess?
Taken.
One of them immediately heads inside, and seconds later, an older gentleman steps out. Where is my niece?
Taken. Were you not told?
That much. I will. We will set about making preparations. Come inside.
Good.
I'll
Did
fill
you-
him in as we're walking in. It's like we've got a little more
Yeah, like-
information than
I'm giving any
Okay, that's
info
right
that
now.
I remember.
After you two explain the situation and having saved those two, thank you for your assistance to those of essentially who are family to me. And he presents all three of you with 150 gold. You may stay as long as it takes for us to prepare for a return. The merfolk and these bandits will both answer for what they have done. Okay, awesome. Thank you, guys.
no problem.
No problem.
I didn't say this when I started, but I'm Ryan. Welcome to City on a Hill Gaming. And joining me tonight are Peter and Jenny, and also Grant from Saving the Game. Just straight honesty, I forgot to write Peter and Jenny out of the session they joined us for. So that's what we're here to do today, and I thought we'd make it its own little kind of side thing. This may be a thing you hear more on City on the Hill. These little kind of 20 or 30 minute, I'm going to call them short stories or short sessions, something like that. So they came in and we got to do a little thing, and Grant joined us. And it was cool.
and-
I like that character a lot, actually.
Oh, good. I'm glad. I'll be honest. I like the idea of little short vignettes describing kind of the tangential parts of the campaign, because there's the main story, but there are always these little follow-on effects that characters leave in their wake. And anything that sort of describes that and describes after effects and fleshes out the world with little side stories that reminds listeners that the world around the player characters keeps moving. I like that.
And I think that's something that gets easily forgotten, especially as a GM. You just kind of move on and keep planning for whatever's going to come after. And I kind of just move past those moments. So I think you're right. I think this could be really interesting.
Yeah, frankly, I'm really bad about it in my game. My world does not move unless the PCs are there. It's a really bad problem.
Absolutely.
I'm thinking I might steal this idea for mine. So
Yeah.
You
It's
may
a
see
pretty
some
good
more of
idea.
this. We may poke
Good,
around with it a
good.
little. If you will, plug you guys.
As Ryan said, we are Jenny and Peter and myself, Grant, from Saving the Game, which is a Christian podcast about tabletop role-playing games and collaborative storytelling. We've been going since July of 2013, and we've been producing, episodes once every 2 weeks, roughly speaking. We're up to 134 regular episodes, and I don't even know how many bonus episodes at this point. Every other Tuesday, we come out and we're talking about usually role-playing games with a Christian perspective, although every once in a while we'll branch out and talk about other aspects of geek culture or just straight theology with just a little bit about role-playing and storytelling. Yeah, it's been a really good journey for all of us, I would say, and we've built up a good community of listeners who interact with us on a regular basis. We get questions from Patreon supporters. We have a Discord channel where we chat with listeners and have conversations and just, kind of maintain that sense of community, which has been very valuable. We've had all sorts of interesting guests, preachers who specialize in geek community outreach, folks who worked on the Dark Dungeons movie,
mental health specialists.
yeah, mental health specialists. But we've kind of had a big focus on that because caring for others is such a important part of, the Christian faith, that people who work to help others and use role-playing games to assist with that are very valuable. And those are people we really like to reach out to. Plenty of other podcasters, of course, because, at some point we like having cool friends on who can talk about really interesting things with us, and that's great.
Mike Perna every 33 episodes.
Mike Perna, yeah, of course. But also like Chris Newton, a few other folks like that. Just all sorts of interesting people, by and large. We've been very fortunate in the guests we've been able to get on.
Yeah.
If anybody wants to find our episodes, you can, of course, look up Saving the Game on iTunes, Google Play, Stitcher, any place like that. You can also go to our website, stgcast.org or savingthegamepodcast.org. And you can find us on social medias, Saving the Game, on Facebook and Twitter. And we've also started every other Thursday doing a Twitch stream at STGcast, where we kind of just get on and play something fun. We've got a few other ideas. We just started this, but we're going to be doing things like maybe working on our weekend campaigns dungeon map and just streaming that, fun stuff like that. So we try and put out a good bit of material, and hopefully it's both edifying
We've
and
got a bi-weekly blog post too. Don't forget about that.
yes. Sorry, I always forget about that because it's not media in my head, but Peter's put out a ton of blog content that's really interesting. Yeah, so please come out, listen to our episodes. Not just because, oh, hey, we want listeners, but because we think we've put together something that anybody who is a gamer interested in morality, even if you're not a Christian, somebody interested in exploring moral concepts and looking deeper into role-playing games and looking at theology for inspiration should find something in our episodes, I hope.
Well, when I went looking for Christian gaming content, I found you guys, and it's kind of exploded out from there to finding a bunch of other stuff, and it's been great.
Yeah, that is one great thing. The Christian geek community does manage to somehow stay in touch with other parts of it, and then sort of there are feelers out to other fandoms that are, kind of Christian as well.
Yeah.
And so
Big, relatively functional family, wonderfully enough.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
If you want to get really more into that, I would highly recommend checking out Inroads Ministries.
oh yes.
They're like we're part of that network, right?
Yeah, we actually
Yeah.
are part of the Inroads Ministries network of shows, which is 2 podcasts that Mike Perna produces, Game Store Prophets and Bard and Bible. Game Store Prophets is all about tabletop board games from a Christian perspective. Bard and Bible is this really cool devotional podcast that Mike does, but with kind of an RPG fantasy theme to it. It's really neat.
Yeah.
And Peter's been on it, which is great.
yeah, I got to do an episode with Derek White.
Yeah, we're going to talk about Derek White a lot. Derek, the geek preacher White, Methodist minister, fantastic guy, love him to death. Yeah, I recommend those. I could spend 5 minutes naming cool podcasts and other things, but I would suggest come to Saving the Game. Go to our website, stgcast.org, and up at the top you'll see episodes. Mouse over that and click on guest episodes, and you'll see a list of all the episodes we've ever done that have had a guest host. Those are all cool people you should be interested in.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Yes.
I appreciate you guys joining us, and that was definitely check them out. I'm not through the entire backlog of all 134 episodes, but I'm working my way through it, and there's a ton of good information, but just enjoyable content. Like episodes I'm not even that interested in the topic, I will listen to because I like listening to you guys.
Oh, well, thank you.
Thank you.
And so that's
quite high praise.
it's just something I'll listen to because I enjoy it, not even because I'm trying to necessarily glean something from that particular topic. So that it's been really nice. So
Well,
thank you
great
for
to
joining
hear.
us, guys.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for
having us.
having us.
Thanks for joining us. For more episodes, check out cityonthehillgaming.com, iTunes, or other awesome podcast outlets. To contact us, email us at cityonthehillgaming@gmail.com or find us on Twitter @cityonthehillgame. Thanks, and have a blessed day.